More than half of my GI map clients show positive for H. pylori. Let's talk about what that is. H. pylori stands for Helicobacter pylori, which is a type of bacteria that can grow in the stomach. Now, most people who know they have H. pylori know it because their gastroenterologist has found ulcers or maybe even cancer. However, most people that have H. pylori don't have that specific type of bacteria that's going to cause ulcers or cancer, and so they don't know they have H. pylori. The people that I find with H. pylori on their GI map test are symptomatic with digestive issues, and that could be bloating, that could be not feeling good after they eat, constipation, diarrhea, lots of other digestive issues. H. pylori can reduce the acidity in the stomach. And an acidic environment in the stomach is not only how we digest our food, but how food then continues to move from the stomach into the small intestines. It's really important that we have a highly acidic environment in our stomach. So the best way to treat H. pylori is with 2 grams or 2,000 milligrams of mastic gum per day for 2 months. Mastic gum is not a chewing gum like you might think. Mastic gum comes from a plant. And so it's a very effective way to treat H. pylori. Now, one of the things we need to know about treating H. pylori is that the goal is to have a normalization of acidity return to the stomach environment. This takes up to 2 years. So a lot of people, when they test positive for H. pylori, we automatically start treating them with acid every time they eat. And this can be in the form of betaine HCl, which is a powdered hydrochloric acid in a capsule. And that's a really convenient thing to do, especially when you're eating out. But a lot of people from home will just do apple cider vinegar in water. Now we start with 1 teaspoon, we work up to 1 tablespoon, and you always want to dilute this in water to protect your tooth enamel. Doing this with food is really important. I have a lot of people who say, oh, take apple cider vinegar every morning. Well, we're trying to improve your digestion, and so taking apple cider vinegar with your meals is important to the process. So a lot of people will get through the 2 months of mastic gum and start to feel better because they're on this really great habit of apple cider vinegar, and they'll kind of taper off and lose the habit and come back to me after 3 or 4 months and say, gosh, I'm starting to not feel good again. And I remind them that it takes 2 years on average for your stomach acid to return. So treat the H. pylori, but continue to provide your body with acid in the meantime until your body is creating it on its own, which again, up to 2 years. Well, what if you haven't done a GI map and you don't know if you have H. pylori, but you tend to not feel great when you eat maybe most things or even some things? One of the things you can do is an apple cider vinegar trial, and that's just taking a teaspoon up to a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in 2 to 4 ounces of water. Drink that at the beginning of your meal and assess how that makes you feel. If you notice a big change in how you feel, continue to do it and consider doing a GI map to see if H. pylori is the cause of your feeling better when you have acid when you eat.